Okay, in this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to make a collage printing plate using Louise Nevelson as an inspiration. Her sculptures use not just the solid shapes of the wood, but the negative space. So the first thing I did, and you don't have to do this, but I got my piece of cardboard, I paint it black, and I'm doing that. Actually, it's helpful so you can see the white shapes and you can see the negative space. So I have all this thin cardboard, and it could be thicker cardboard. It could even be round cardboard. It doesn't necessarily have to be square. I just picked it because a lot of her work is. I don't know, this is some odd scrap I got, so maybe I'll use that. So I cut these different shapes. I mean, the obvious thing to do would be like, done, you know, not that interesting, right? So, but when I start moving these pieces around, the shape in between, I think is kind of interesting, right? I could have some where it's more, I'll call this the negative space. So fiddling with these, maybe I'll put a circle in here just for fun and have, this is thin enough, I can have it on top. And when I get something I like, it probably would be helpful to take a photograph with your phone, because you'll lift these up and then glue them down. I am going to cheat it a little bit today, and I'm going to tape it down. I'm going to glue it down with this Elmer's glue tape. Okay, but gluing it down would be better. Okay, so I'm fiddling with this. You don't have to use the grid. You could decide, I'm going to work outside the grid and just come up with my own thing. Okay, we can't really see that, but so is that making sense, Peggy? Does that make sense?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it helps to be doing it and talking about it at the same time, probably. Okay.
Yeah.
And not everything she used was square. I mean, if you look really closely at her work, you'll see toilet seats, you'll see chairs, things, you know, scrap that she found around New York City. But then by making them monochromatic, you looked at the shapes, not specifically what the objects were. Okay. All right, you know what? I'm just going to put this down, even though it's not this fabulous composition. Okay, so I'm using this double stick tape because I'm doing the video and I don't really have time to wait for glue to dry. Natalie, is this making sense now?
Sure is.
Was that Natalie or was that somebody else?
Yes, it does.
Okay. See, now
Laura,
I can't.
could you hold up the white cardboard at one point sideways so we can see how thick it is?
So this is something somebody gave me, and I think it's like, you know, when you get underwear or t-shirts, they put that thin cardboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gave me gobs of this, but I mean, you could stick a corrugated cardboard down. You know, it doesn't have to be exactly what I have. You just want something a little bit low level. I mean, most cardboard is pretty thin. Okay, so that looks like there's plenty going on there. All right. Okay, so next step would be printing, okay? And what I like to do is I'm going to put some tape underneath my cardboard so that my cardboard doesn't move. Because it's called print registration. We want it to line up mostly the same way every time. So then here's my piece of paper. I put it on top of my printing plate, tape it down, unfold it like the hinge of a book. Okay, now I'm going to go paint. And for today, I just intuitively picked, I'm going to go kind of wild. Okay. So I think I'll start with light blue, this blue that I like. Okay. I'm going to put some Prussian blue as well. Get to the red later. And if I can hear someone not muted, if you can mute yourself so we don't get background noise, that'd be great. Okay, I like to begin with the big, kind of a scraggly brush, not even using any water. And I'm just going to go across this. I want to pick up the texture, okay? All right. First round of printing. I like to use my hands. You can also use a spoon if you want to get in between the little crevices there. Okay, it's going to be light, okay? Now I'm going to go Prussian blue. I'm kind of going in the dark spaces. There's really no right or wrong to this. Have fun. Okay. And as you go, as you rub, the paper is going to start embossing a little bit. Okay. Ooh, I like that. All right. So I've got enough of a foundation. I kind of look back and forth and I can decide, ooh, I can start picking out certain areas to come out more if I want. Another thing, okay, I've been playing with that I love is this fine line squeeze paint, because I can get some finer detail going. Totally fun. You can't really go wrong here. If you don't like it, you could just keep making more prints, and on the same plate, it would get layered, but it would it'd be interesting. Okay, so there we go. All right, now a little bit of red. very red, white, and blue. Okay. Now I'm going to go for a finer brush, and I think I'm going to try wash. Okay, I'm going a little bit neon orange here. So if it helps you, you might pick your 3 main colors to begin with, and then keep going. I'm drawing again directly on here. Oh, well. Okay. I can do sgraffito. I can scratch in. I can even sgraffito over on my print if I thought that's too blobby. Now I'm going much, much thicker. I don't know why that's out of focus. Sorry about that. Okay. If you really get into this, you could have multiple plates going. You can do any size that you want. And it's warm today, so that's partly why I'm using thicker paint. So I think you can see the endless possibilities here.